Juicewall Productions.
How's it going, guys? Johnny here from Juicewall Productions, here to do a review on the iJoy RDTA box. I've been using mine for a good while now, probably maybe about a month or so. It's very comparable to the Limitless RDTA Plus, which basically they have the same deck. There's a lot of cool features about this device. It's a 200 watt box mod, dual 18650. It's one of my favorite things that I've been using constantly. So without further ado, we're just going to jump down and look at the specs, and I'll show you how to wick it and all that good stuff. So let's get down to it. Alright guys, here we are. Got the box here, RDTA box. It's going to have all the necessary specs we need to know. Just some few 200 watt TC mod, 12.8 mils juice capacity, which is huge. It's almost 13 mils. All sorts of other stuff, other goodies, 200 watts, upgradable firmware. Alright, and then got all the other specs on the back, which we'll go over when we take the device out of the box. So opening the box, just push, pull, boom. Mine I've already been using for a while. I'm just threw it in here for an example. So got this nice box here. Alright, we'll go over that in just a sec. Let's go over the extra goodies. So, this comes on the tank. It's a silicone sleeve, basically to keep everything dry, just in case. It does come with these, which basically these are their pre-made coils. The decks do screw off, so you can have multiple different decks if you wanted to. So these you can buy. They have cotton in the base there. You just locate those down in the juice well, and these are, you just screw these on and they're ready to go, which is nice for people that don't necessarily want to rebuild. A micro USB cable for upgradable firmware. And we got all the extra goodies. This does come with some fuse claptons. It does come with extra O-rings, some Japanese cotton, extra screws down yonder, and then this bag is for the Velocity style deck, which I'm currently using in mine. So it's going to come with this little brush here to clean out the inside of your tank, which is a kind of cool little design. And this just goes directly over the top of this additional atomizer. And then we have, all of our stuff, all that good stuff, warranty cards, booklets, manual, all that good stuff. Alright, so putting this stuff aside, let's take a look at the device. Whatever, I'll do what I want. Alright, so, looking at the device, I actually still have batteries in mine. So this is the battery sled. Kind of a cool, weird little design. We have spring-loaded pins down here. Nice connection on top. This makes it nice and easy, this design, so you don't necessarily need a tab, because you can just pop them directly out as is. So, positive, up, positive, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello? You gotta actually put them in properly. You know what, we'll just go over this in just a sec. So, knocking stuff down. Like it states on the box multiple times, this is basically a 13 mil capacity for your juice. This is a 15 millimeter hole where you can basically just dump your juice in, which is huge. It's ginormous. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta find the threads. So we got the cap. Pretty nice O-rings. Like I said, I've already installed some coils on here. I've been using it for about a month now. These are just some twisted fuse claptons from Coil Creep, which is a guy that makes really, really good quality coils. Very nice. So, got the cap here. Airflow holes. Adjustable airflow. Just the camera wants to focus. Thank you. So yeah, you just twist these. I just cleaned this out, so it's a little hard to do. So as you can see directly through there. Very large, just like the Limitless. Adjustable. Whatever you do to one side, it's going to happen to the other. It's quite a lot of airflow. I usually keep mine depending on what wattage I'm running on. Pretty closed, a quarter closed, half closed possibly. I'm not running super high on wattage, running about 100 watts, 90 watts. So I'll close it off a bit. This is a removable drip tip. You can also find nice pretty ones. I just used the base one as is. So very similar to the Limitless devices, RDTA devices. This does come off. And you can see directly down, that's where you're going to be tucking your wicks. But as I stated before, this deck actually comes off. Kind of juicy, as I said, I've been using it. So yeah, this is your connection. So you can get multiple style decks. You can get the Goon style deck. You can get. I just like the Velocity style deck. Nice and easy to use. Very, very easy. Drippers, on the other hand, not a huge fan of the Velocity style decks, just because they're not as easy to drip on. So I will get this wicked up here in just a minute, but we're going to go over some other specs real fast. Alright, so this is 28 millimeters by 55 millimeters by, from top to bottom, let's see, that would be 130 millimeters. So it's not a giant device. It is fairly sizable if you're using something smaller like a single 18650 mod. It's a bit bigger, but it's really not much bigger than say some smoke products or anything like that. So this does have upgradable firmware. I haven't messed with it yet, just because I'm pretty content with the original 200 watts that it offers. Offers lots of stuff. So it also, like I was saying with the decks, it only comes with this deck and the other deck, which I've previously showed you, the pre-built coils. The weird thing is, it does have 10 different deck styles, but it only includes the one for the rebuildable, which isn't a gimmick to me because, like I said, I really would only use the Velocity style deck because that's what I'm used to and that's what I like with RDTAs. So yeah, basically I'm just going to start wicking this and then we'll talk about it some more and vape on it. So these are really all the tools you're going to need to be able to wick this. It's fairly easy. I'm basically just going to do a speed run through it. If you need to know more about how to wick this style of RDTA, I will leave a description in the bottom below for our wicking tutorial on the RDTAs. Right, so we've juiced up those coils pretty well. Probably dab them a little bit more. Throw some batteries in and fire them. So, as you can see, this is a very large hole. It's 15 millimeters wide. So you could basically, I can just take this lid off and just dump it in there if I wanted to, but I'm just going to show you. You do it this way, it's comparable. It works alright, but it's not going to fill it nearly as fast. So just pop this lid off. If I can, holy crap. There we go. Lid's off. And literally just dump it in there. I mean, 13 mils of juice, right? Alright, as you can see, that is about as full can get without overflowing. And then you just thread this guy back on here. Got to be mentioned with this device, I have not had any leaking issues whatsoever. It also depends on how tight your wicks are. If you wick them properly, it should never leak. You can also poke holes on the sides of your cotton with a screwdriver, and that's going to allow airflow to get down in there and allow it to wick better. So what I do when I'm using mine, because this is slanted here, this literally goes down, so it pushes all the juice towards your wicks as is, and when you're tilting it towards your face, it's going to wick itself regardless. If you ever feel like you're going to get a dry hit, maybe just turn it upside down for a second. I find by poking holes in the cotton that they can possibly leak a lot more, and I've seen it a lot more with people that poke holes down in there. But, you know, keep it upright and it should be just fine. Alright, so we're going to throw some batteries in here real fast. Actually, just real fast, gonna a little more on here. I always want to make sure it's saturated just on the coil. Well, not just, but as much as you can on that coil. So this just slides off. It's on a little rail here. Slides on, slides off. These little grips here will hold it in place. It's a nice little design. A little more open than most. So, like I said earlier, we're going to do negative down, positive up, positive down, negative up. It does state on there, and that's going to turn the device on. Alright, so we're going to go through the menu real fast. So as you can see right now, we're sitting at 100 watts. It's a little hard to tell, but right here under the wattage it says norm, because it is reset. We're sitting at 0 volts right now, but as soon as we fire it, it's going to pick up those coils. So we're sitting at, let's see, 0.4 ohms. We're sitting on normal. My battery is partially dead because I've been using them. 1, 2, 3. That's going to go into our options. A little hard to tell. These screens are a little bright, so you can't control that. So we have here, it says N for nickel, T for titanium, S for stainless steel, and P for power. Let's see if I get a little closer if you can see it. It's making it worse. There we go. And then we have all this other hoopla. This is going to flip your screen. So just in case you want it upside down for some odd reason, there you go. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to just flip it back because I can't read upside down very well. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be your modes. So we have normal, hard, soft, and user, something you can adjust yourself. Typically just stick on hard myself because I like a nice fast ramp up. And then we also have these settings. So it's going to keep your LED on. Oh my goodness, LED on. And to reset your puff counter, I'm just going to leave the light on. So LEDs are located in the tank. They're protected by a rubber insulation in there, which is very, very nice. Basically, it's just going to light up and say, hey, you have juice in here. Just a lot easier to tell, considering the fact that it is an enclosed tank, basically, juice well. So that's really just about it, guys. Very nice, easy to use device. Micro USB is located at the bottom for the upgradable firmware. Nice, very large clicky button, which is just about as big. It's almost 28 millimeters across, which is about the entire diameter of the front of the device, which is crazy. It's huge. I don't really get too much noise off of it. Maybe if you're going really hard. Not usually very clicky though. So it does click when you are actually firing the device. Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to turn the device off, as well as turn the device on. So that's a good way to keep it in your pocket. Yeah, iJoy did pretty good on this. Also, maybe with Twisted 420 had a part to do with it. Good on them. Very, very nice device. So we're going to go out to full view and puff on it, talking about it a little more, and yeah. Alright guys, we are back. So we're going to puff on a little bit. That's only with the airflow half open, which gives me a little more constricted draw, a little more heat. With those holes all the way open, unless I'm running really, really hot builds, it's kind of airy. So let's see. I don't hear a whole lot of constriction. Works well. I like to close it a bit just for the flavor. I mean, that's at 100 watts. It pushes out very, very well. The reason I like these so much is because they're super convenient. You know, even if you don't want to build your own coils, you can have those, you know, pre-made coils, and they still work very, very well. Not to my standard. I like really hot vapes, which you can turn the wattage up. There's 3 coils in there, so you can do that just as well. But the factor that you don't necessarily need to build if you don't want to build is a really nice factor. I love RDTAs. I started out dripping when I first started vaping. This is just a more convenient way to get basically the same kind of vape. You know, you're still getting that open system. You know, coils are right there, so you're getting a lot of heat, which is really nice. So, not really anything bad to say about this device, other than I wish I got, you know, a red one, but that's my own fault. Yeah, so that was the RDTA box from iJoy. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, or thumbs down if you didn't like it, you know, whatever. If you have any questions, comment down below. We will answer them as soon as we possibly can. This is Johnny from Juicewell Productions. Keep on vaping, and change tastes good. Join the revolution.